What is up, guys? Brady with Mini Tech Clips, and today I am here reviewing another computer. Now, this is the HP 15dy100 notebook laptop. Now, that probably sounds like a mouthful, but it's actually a really small, compact, high-performance laptop, and I'm just going to give you a quick overview of it. Now, I wasn't able to do an unboxing, but that's not really a big deal just because the box was just some, ugly brown little package. All it had inside was the charging cable. And for those wondering, this is what the charger looks like. It's pretty much just you have like a dedicated plug, which is, I guess my brother didn't give it to me. And then this little proprietary plug, which kind of sucks, doesn't charge with USB-C because that's what most notebooks charge with nowadays, but I guess it is what it is. So first I'm going to go over the build quality, and then I'm going to get into the actual specs and performance of the laptop. So just to start it off, coming in at 3.85 pounds, just under 4 pounds. It's really, really light. If you've seen my Lenovo Y700 video, that computer is a little over 6 pounds. So quite the difference here. Super, super easy. Feels like I'm carrying a MacBook. So not that heavy. So to start off, for ports, on one side you have your charger port, which is right there, and they say you get about 12 hours of usage on one charge, which is actually really good. It obviously depends on what you're doing or what kind of battery performance settings you're running, but you get really, really good battery life out of this. And then you get two USB 3.0 ports. And then on the other side here, you have a SD card reader, a headphone jack, and then also a USB-C along with an HDMI port. So Apple, take notes. You actually get something more than just USB-C. So opening the computer here, you can see that it's pretty small. Quick Family Guy background. The only downside that I can really notice from this thing is there's no backlit keyboard, which is really unfortunate. From personal experience, I can say a backlit keyboard is definitely super helpful at night or just even in general typing. And then the viewing angles of the monitor or the display are not exactly top notch. Sometimes it's, when you look at it from certain angles, it just doesn't look always crisp, but it does look pretty good. It's 1920 by 1080, so you do get a full 1080p resolution, but the viewing angles are not the best. So getting into the specs of the system, might be kind of hard to see. I'll zoom in here for a second. We have, to start off, we have an Intel Core i7 quad-core CPU, and it runs at 1.3 and I guess 1.5 gigahertz, and it can be turbocharged all the way up to 3.6 gigahertz when needed. So it's actually a pretty fast CPU. Again, it's quad-core, so you do have a lot to work with. You have 12 gigabytes of DDR4 RAM at 2133 megahertz. So pretty, I guess standard, but also higher end. A lot of nicer laptops have the 12 gigabytes of RAM instead of the standard 8 that most laptops come with. And then you do have 64-bit operating system, blah, blah, blah. Unfortunately, it's not touchscreen, so me touching it does nothing. And then you do have 256 gigabytes of an M.2 SSD. So if you don't know what an M.2 is, it's basically the thing on the left. So it looks like just a little chip, almost like RAM. And it's this tiny little thing. It is an SSD, but it's not a full-size like hard drive SSD like the one on the right is. This is for having smaller laptops still get SSD speeds and storage, but not necessarily take up the amount of space that a normal size SSD does. This does come with some downsides though. It's not as fast as a standard SSD like you see on the right, but it is really, really fast, and it does beat out a standard hard drive. So here's where you can actually buy the laptop on the HP website. Now, before you get excited about $430, it's actually not. This machine has a bunch of upgrades on it because it is custom made. So this machine is actually looking around the $800 mark. It has an SSD upgrade. It has, actually no, the SSD is one of the things that was not upgraded. It does have a processor upgrade, so it has an i7 instead of an i5. It has also, the screen is natively 768 resolution. This did get upgraded to 1080p. So there's a few upgrades it has, which does bump the price up. Nonetheless, it is a very nice laptop. It's very fast. It's snappy. Everything just seems to work, and so far there are no flaws. I will be doing a Fortnite gaming test later on in a separate video, so stay on the lookout for that. I will also be comparing it to my Lenovo Y700 gaming laptop, which does have an NVIDIA card. This laptop has the standard Intel GPU, so it's just something that's integrated to the motherboard. It's not a literal graphics card like an NVIDIA chip. And for those of you wondering, on the side here, that little USB is just for a mouse, so don't be alarmed. But I'm just gonna do a little quick speed test. So I'm just gonna like open settings, boom, right opens right up. You can click, go to literally any setting. It opens up so freaking fast. That's from the i7 and also the 12 gigs of RAM. And if we go to Chrome and just type in youtube.com, instantly, boom, pops up. Now, while we're on YouTube, I'm just going to be doing a quick sound test. So I'm just going to find some non-copyrighted music. So we have one of the non-copyrighted classics. Of course, an ad. YouTube gets way too comfortable with this, I swear. Here we are, 100% volume, full screen. Oh, I don't think it's... There we go. Turn it down a little bit. Get some quality. It sounds pretty solid. It's actually pretty freaking loud for how tiny this is. There's dual speakers in the front here. The speaker grill looks like it goes all the way across, but there's a speaker on each side. Oh, did not mean to do that. I accidentally clicked the touchpad. So it is pretty loud. Not a ton of bass, but obviously it's just a skinny little laptop, so it's not going to be slapping like a speaker. So if we quickly open up the camera, I can show you how that looks as well. So camera, and it's actually a pretty good camera. It's 720p. It's super smooth. You can see no like lag or anything. It looks pretty good. This isn't really optimal lighting anyways, but yeah. So I mean, it's a decent camera. It's nothing like MacBook quality or like Apple shoves like crazy cameras in their laptops. It's just a regular 720p camera. So yeah, honestly, I think one of my favorite features of this laptop design-wise is just how skinny the bezels are. I mean, the bezels are so tiny on each side, and it's very just very portable. You can see it's just when I'm holding with my hands, it does, collect a few fingerprints in the glare, but you can easily wipe those away. It's not a fingerprint magnet like something glossy would be. It's a matte finish device. You can see on the bottom you have a rubber stoppers on top and bottom, and also the fans for the cooling. Again, if I just open it, it's so buttery smooth. I don't want to show like the email or anything, but it's very buttery smooth. It is definitely worth what you pay. Not exactly the cheapest laptop, but also not the most expensive. So it's in a lot of people's price range, and I definitely recommend you get it. So that is going to wrap it up for this video. I hope you enjoy. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Like I said before, I'm going to be doing a Fortnite gaming test and possibly some other games with this, just to show off the raw performance of this, because you do get an i7 with integrated graphics. So that doesn't exactly mean you're going to be getting PlayStation or Xbox quality or NVIDIA quality, but you definitely can run some decent games at, some moderate to low speeds or settings. But yeah, I just want to showcase that too. So I'll leave a like and subscribe. Peace.